Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Epic Fail or Win, the weekly series where we take a look at the free Epic games every week to figure out not if it's worth your money, but if it's worth your time. And here we've got Mages of Mystralia, or as I like to say, Mages of Mystralia. That's right, welcome to Mystralia. We're here for fancy magic. That's right, here in the outback of Mystralia. So this game was made in part with funding from the Canadian Media Fund, so shout out Canada. And I'm just gonna jump in. We're gonna figure out what this thing is. I don't like. I've seen the screenshots, so I could guess. I could hazard a guess, but we're just gonna go in. So let's see. Intended for players, focus on the adventure, focus on the challenge. And okay, so this is your hardcore mode. Okay, this is pretty cool. Let's go with the mage mode for us, just to make sure that we see plenty of things without dying over and over and over again, because I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I am the greatest video gamer that has ever gamed. But we're gonna move the mouse. Hold on, the mouse keeps. Oh nope, the mouse keeps peeking out. You gotta be careful. Here in the outback of Mystralia, you don't know who's gonna be around. Oh. Okay, I like the, wait, how did you not know that? Oh, you're trying to burn down Mystralia. Doesn't want to be a mage. Well, yeah. Didn't want to stop having. Okay, dude. Little harsh. Look at this gesticulation. Yeah, well, you think so? Well, you probably didn't want to have to stop having a home and an uncle either, Luke Skywalker, if that is your real name. Here in Mystralia, you need to show some gosh darn respect. That's really messed up. All right, so this is the Ben Kenobi character, I guess. All right, become a gift or die. Don't want to die. Well, then you're a mage. Great. Lesson learned. All right. Oh, okay. Definitely look like a mage now. All right. Successful. All right. And what? Nope. Click on that. It's not doing anything. If I click 1, 2, 3. All right. No. I clicked on a bunch of stuff. All right. Let's get to the tutorialization, please. Magery, then. You want to be a mage? She's like, oh yeah, absolutely. That was definitely. Yeah, stop burning down stuff. All right, we're just gonna. There's a lot of dialogue here, so we're just gonna sort of skip through it a little bit, without just fully skipping over. All right. I like the piano music, just sort of working through the background. Once again, I wonder why this is here. Maybe I shouldn't have skipped through the dialogue. What did he want me to do again? I don't know. I'm getting out of here. I'm out of here, fake dad. I gotta go save my friends at Cloud City. Oh, well. Yeah, that's about how it went for Luke, I guess. Yeah, not great. All right, well. The Haven run over. Oh, okay. And then you've got your little title credits here in this. All right. Ooh, I see you. Little fancy. Little fancy. All right, let's yeah, I was going to say, let's see this title card. All right, so I'm playing with a mouse and keyboard at the moment. We'll switch over to a controller here shortly. Based on the movement, I suspect that a controller would be better. Do you know what else makes me think a controller would be better? The fact that at the beginning of the game, it says, we recommend you play this game with a controller. So both of those things are sort of implying that, you know, maybe you should play this with a controller. All right. A spell book. Thank you. All right, I've now got a health bar. And where are my abilities? All right, I don't have any abilities yet. I'll have them at some point. All right. Imity. Imity bibbity bop. All right, what's up? Yeah, what's up now? Imity. Yeah, what's up now? Okay. So I was expecting the magic to be a little more at range than it has ended up being, but you know, that's fine. Ah, Goblino. So yeah, there's some very I guess I'll say Zelda-like qualities here to the vibe of the game, not necessarily in the gameplay itself, certainly not in the sort of more isometric style, but in terms of, you know, the way the enemies look, the way the world looks, not as much the way the main character looks, but certainly the way Il Goblino looks. I was wondering is that gonna break if you, okay. You know, I was curious if it breaks if you walk on it too much. All right, I'm trying to figure out how much more I should go for. Oh, okay, ego. Oh, okay, I get you. I get you. Okay, interesting. So this is definitely why you can't play. So this isn't a recommendation. I don't think you can play this game with a mouse and keyboard. Oh no. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. I was trying to aim the character. I didn't realize that I was going to be aiming with the mouse. I was trying to aim the character with the WASD like that, and then it kept turning, and I was like, oh, well, that's not great. But yeah, no, that is. I could have probably gone down there and, you know, looted stuff since I was down there anyway. But I apologize. Because up until this point there was no like character movement based on the mouse, so I didn't really anticipate that. Oi! How dare you? Yeah, what's up now? So obviously I'm barely scratching the surface here. However, I kind of wish there was more to the movement in combat at the moment, like, and now that I know that the space bar is not for a sort of like dash, I'm really feeling a dash is missing here. Let's see. All right, Actus. There you go. And then all right, Actus. And yeah, eat that. How about that? There you go. All right, let's switch over to the controller here. Oh, wow. The rumble that it instantly gave me, confirming me, was like, why haven't you been doing this already? All right, so X. All right, so X button is our thing. I'm guessing B is Actus. Nope. Y is Actus. Y is Actus. All right, and then right trigger is our... Oh, interesting. So left trigger is like a stop and spin. Okay, interesting. I wonder what the use of that will be. Also, A button currently isn't anything, and B button currently isn't anything. So we'll find out here in a second. So I just, you know, need to point out again, they do recommend you to play this game with a controller. However, I think we've shown pretty clearly you can play it with a mouse and keyboard, even if you're an idiot like me and you don't realize that it's mouse aimed when you're using the shield for a second. Only have one spell left to learn. All right, ice bridges. Let's go. Nope, that's great. And I need this because I have no ability to jump. Ah! Yeah, what's up now? Yeah, not so funny now, is it? No, let me leave. All right, great. There we go. Now activate. All right, so let's make sure we try out a bit of the combat here using our fire and ice skills as well. There's a very not in design, but or at least not in visual design, but in the sort of mechanical design of the game. It feels very PlayStation 1-ish, if that makes sense to people. Like it certainly the sort of like isometric, running around. There's something about the music that there's a Banjo-Kazooie quality here that is weird because I wouldn't describe this game at the moment as a platformer under any metric, and certainly not every Banjo-Kazooie game is that either. If you look at the best Banjo-Kazooie game, Nuts and Bolts, that game is nothing like the earlier Banjo games anyway, in many ways. All right, spellbook. I got a spellbook. That's right. Great. Enchanter. All right. No offense to this lizard thing. I'm a little suspicious of both of these homies. Ah. Safe post. Okay, don't step on the flowers. Got it. So. Oh, okay, so I could plant other stuff there. Yeah, it certainly feels like there should be a sort of like dash here that there is not. Then again, currently there's nothing associated with either of the bumper buttons on the controller, so perhaps they will get something later. All right. Needs bulbs. Got it. I will hook you up, lizard enchanter homie. Like there's sort of something to, like it's just not fast enough. Like I feel like when I'm just running from place to place, I just want to go a little faster. Though that could just be because I'm an impatient person. So, I don't want to blame the game for my own faults as a human being. I have lots of patience in some circumstances and then much less in others. Like us all, I suppose. All right. Getting my green orbs. All right. Who's this then? Sinna. All right. Coming to relax and Trial of Mages, but I'm not there yet. Well, I'll be the judge of that, Sinna. Debrucid. Oh, mad. All right. Well, I'm a little mad too. Mad that I can't run faster. All right, so I'm not allowed to wait. So where's the forest I'm meant to be entering here? You got to say this about this game. There is definitely a vibe to this. It's as a child of the 90s, I sort of like the nostalgia baity design thing that has started to come into indie games, is rather than, for a long time it was 8-bit, 16-bit games being the main nostalgia bait, but now we've got the sort of like the PS1 style of, initial 3D games are now starting to become like a very common indie style, which is very cool, and I'm very happy about it. And I almost feel like this game could have a bit. Look, okay, this is a very personal thing. You know, game developers should make whatever game they want. Let me be 100% clear on that. Game development is hard, and I would like game developers to make whatever game they would like to make. But I think maybe it's because of the way that this game feels influenced by some of those early. Okay, this is just a training room. The way that it sort of feels influenced by some of those kind of PS1 action, maybe not action platformers, but you know, general platformers. That I'm sort of getting that sense here, and you know, instead the game obviously has a much more modern style. What's interesting is that I really feel like the only thing that has made me kind of feel that Zelda style was the enemy design and the way that when you killed the enemy, it like went up in a puff of smoke. Like that was, those two things felt very Zelda-y. And speak mage and enter. So, oh, sorry, it took me a second to realize, oh, that's what they want. Initially I didn't realize that I was putting the thing on top of the other thing and picking the other one up. So I was just hitting them back and forth. All right, well, hopefully no one minds that I just did that. All right, plenty of seals. Let's go. Down we go. Yeah, because otherwise, you know, this game is very striking in a sort of modern contemporary way rather than any sort of you know, nostalgic way, I guess. I like that the camera is not completely static. There's a little bit of a movement, a little bit of a tilt to it, and I think it could you know, be interesting to see when that happens, and sort of the visual ways that maybe being more top down versus being a little more tilted to the side could make different places look different ways, and that could be fun for the overall kind of look of the game. All right, cleanse the. Oh, there you go, fun map. Tomb of the Mage Kings. Very nice. All right, so we got traveling merchant. What you got? Nothing. You got nothing for me. I can't buy anything from you. What kind of merchant are you? All right, let's have a look at these Mistral woods here. Yeah, it's weird because at the moment, I think my main complaint with this game would be, oh, this is literally what I was talking about. Literally, I was just like, I wonder how they will use the being more side-placed camera versus top-down camera to the effect of the game and the way it looks. And here you go. Great example of that. So this is exactly the sort of thing I was talking about. And, you know, even if little moments of stylization like that will go a long way, I think, in depending on the sequence. Oh, hello, little buddy. How you doing? All right, we'll figure out how to open that. The I think maybe at the moment I feel as though the game is perhaps not mechanically complicated enough, but that's not to say that it won't be at some point later, right? That's right. Yeah, eat that. Like, I'm sort of wondering about, you know, placing those fire things for enemies to run into. You're sort of trapping them a little bit. But yeah, there's maybe it's a little too slow paced for me, I guess, is the complaint I would have. That's not, you know, that's very wait, you're also got a merchant. Sell me something. I hate you. You know, that would be something that is very specific complaint to me, I suppose. Can I not put out your fire with my ice? I guess not. All right, well, that's unfortunate. Just let it burn. So yeah, that would be my complaint. That's very specific and personal, I guess. But as for someone else out there, they might prefer this. You know, there's maybe a more deliberate, like, you're not as worried about your placement within the fight as much as you are about, I've got an enemy coming behind me, so I'm fighting this enemy ahead of me while I'm placing fire behind me to protect my back, right? And that mechanic doesn't really make any sense if you could just dodge out over here. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't make any sense to be able to, put a little trap behind you and then watch your back if you're then just like, boom, I'm out of there with a dodge. Maybe they'll add a dodge later and there'll be a mechanical complexity there where you're like, doing that, dodging, doing another one, and then, thereby creating more of a protective, amount on your back. I wonder if this damages enemies that walk into it versus just doing damage to enemies on top. Let's see if we can test that here briefly before we finish. Why did I think that stone was... Oh, hello. All right, so then, what are you going to do? Ow. All right, let's put that there. So, I don't think he's getting damaged by running into it. And it also doesn't seem like he's slipping either. That's a little disappointing, I would argue. I would have assumed that would be the whole point of that would be to like make an enemy slip. So I'm not entirely sure about that. Maybe the game adds more complexities to each of the powers as it goes, that like, initially this is only an attack or it's only for traversing. And then later in the game, perhaps you're able to just like, have enemies slip on it. So, you could do stuff like this and then, wait. Oh, Mana Charm, because I'd used all my, is that because I'd used all my, yeah. But you can do stuff like this so that any enemies attacking you are like slipping on sight sort of thing. So, I can't really judge what the mechanical complexity, that's my one complaint at the moment. But the caveat for that complaint is that one, there seems to be, so in terms of the complaint of not being able to dodge, there seems to be a specific reason, especially if you are doing stuff like this, that's then watching your back from an enemy coming from behind, that then, you don't have to dodge if the point is that you're placing traps behind you. However, if that's the case, then I feel like that should work as a trap for an enemy to slip on while you're doing the same thing. So that's a little confusing, but if complexities get added to the game later in terms of how these powers work, that changes it, right? That completely changes that. So don't know yet if that's going to be the case. Based on what we've seen here, I don't want to prejudge the game on that. So again, like, those would be my complaints, but they have a pretty large caveat there of that could all be fixed as you progress through the game. Unfortunately, though, I can't, gotta hide. They can't know I'm a wizard. But yeah, caveat, maybe that changes later in the game, but we're not going to find out here in this video. But you can find out for yourself right now, picking up this game for free. So, let me know if you've played this game. I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. Is that complexity, what are the complexities that get added? How does it go? Obviously, we are playing this game in the easiest form. There's a more difficult combat focus, and then there's also the hardcore mode. So, assumedly there are definitely going to be more combat complexities based on that evidence. Anyway, yeah, like, let me know. Have you played this game? What is it about the combat that you like? Maybe let me know about some of the stuff that you've seen that's later in the game. To all of you that are here, thank you for being here. If you've made it this far, it's great to have you here. And I hope you have a great weekend, a great week, great March. And I will see you all, hopefully, in the next one. Bye-bye.